All right. I know. I know you're looking at the thumbnail and you're saying, hold on. We've already passed Christmas. Why are we talking about this movie? I mean, we shouldn't be talking about this movie. Sort of like Die Hard. You know, a lot of people are going to say, is it a Christmas movie? Is it not a Christmas movie? But a lot of people are going to be saying, hey, why are we talking about this movie? Being that Christmas has already passed. Well, let's be honest here. This movie, whether you like to admit it or not, does not need the theme of Christmas to be even mentioned. But when we are talking about this specific movie, even though I did watch it prior to Christmas, I think that Carry On is a pretty interesting little movie from Netflix. And like I tell you guys in some of my videos, I might mention a few spoilers here and there. So if you haven't watched Carry On, please watch this video later. You know, I have a few little spoilers that I may sprinkle into this My Thoughts videos here. But I am giving you guys the chance to go watch the movie and then come back and then we'll have this discussion. So go do that. Now, if you don't care of whether or not I spoil the movie for you, let's continue. So, let's talk about Taron Egerton in this movie. I think he did a really great job. I think he's a really great actor. I think that, let's be honest, like for me personally, like he would not be my first choice for this role. I think I would probably have picked a different person as well. But I think he played it really well. He did really well in this movie. You know, we had Sophia Carson as well in this movie, who plays a great supportive girlfriend in this movie. Most actors would see the script and say, I don't want to try to do it. It doesn't seem like my type of movie. Oh, it's just a streaming only movie and that sort of thing. Most actors would say that. But luckily for Taron Egerton, who has already done other movies and been super successful at them, and has also done, you know, freaking Elton John. You know, he did Elton John, and now he's doing this streaming movie. He's got a lot of range on him. So I think that he did great. I think Sophia Carson did great. But I feel like the star of the show in this movie is Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman really is the star of the show. And honestly, for me, as I was watching this movie and hearing his voice, you know, seeing him as the enemy in a movie is so weird. Because I'm so used to him being, you know, part of the Bluth family and being like this comedic actor. And he's great. He's great at comedy. But to see him branch out and be like this sort of like terrorist facilitator guy is really funny. And for me personally, I find it funny because as he was talking in the movie, all I could think about was him as the fox in Zootopia. Like that's all I could think about. Like I could hear the voice playing and all I could play out in my mind was just the fox, him as the fox from Zootopia, just like saying his lines. Like that's the only thing that came to mind in that moment. But I think that he did great. As a matter of fact, he was the standout performer of this movie. And I would say that I would love to see him do more enemy type characters. I really think that, you know, the plot in and of itself isn't new. It's not like mind-blowingly new. But as a movie, it stands on its own pretty darn well. You know, it's got good actors. It's got really cool little moments here and there. I think that they are able to tell a story really well, shot really well, and surprisingly, it ended up on Netflix. Because, to me personally, I thought maybe they would release this on maybe theaters. Maybe have it in theaters for maybe a week or two before putting it on, you know, streaming. It would have made some money. It wouldn't have made, you know, $200-300 million. It probably would have made somewhere closer to like 80 million at the end of its run, maybe. But I think that would have been a great choice, because this looks like the type of movie that would end up in theaters first before going onto streaming. So that's mainly my observation with that. But I mean, this movie overall, in certain points of time, kind of, I don't know, there's like maybe 2 scenes in this movie where I'm looking at it and I'm like, he could have done something. He could have acted. He could have pushed through with something. So for me personally, I think that, you know, you have to call out stupid characters when you see a stupid character. But these characters aren't stupid, but there are moments where I'm like, you have the opportunity to do this, and they don't do it. That's where I think I get a little bit angry, you know. But other than that, there's, like I said, 2 scenes in the entire movie where I was like, you could have done this, and the movie would have ended. And but I know that they have to always find a way to stretch the movie out as much as they can. But yeah, I think overall the movie does really well. Now, if you haven't watched the movie and you're trying to understand the vibe of the movie, the best way I can describe it is that it's kind of like a crossover between Speed and Die Hard. It's kind of like Speed and Die Hard, kind of like mushed together, sort of. And that would be the best explanation that I have for this movie. It's a mashup of both movies. There are tense moments. There are moments that they try to make tense, but they're not very tense. But it does really well. It does really, really well. And it's good to see a good movie on Netflix. You know, because we all know that sometimes they put out movies that were just like, really? That's what you had up your sleeve? And, you know, to be surprised that Netflix is the one getting these sort of surprisingly good movies is, to me, a surprise, because we see good movies going to Apple, we see good movies going to other places as well. So it's good to see a good movie on Netflix, finally, right? Now, will this movie break ground in any way? Definitely not. Definitely not, you know. And, you know, hopefully we maybe get a sequel, or maybe we get more movies of this level of quality from Netflix, because trust me, Netflix ain't cheap. So let's hope that they continue to progress and make content that people want to watch. So like I say in all my videos, what do you think? Do you think Carry On is a movie worth seeing? Did you not see it? Are you gonna see it? If you have seen it, what do you think of it? Do you think that it's worthy of talking about or having a discussion about? I mean, hey man, it's doing really well on Rotten Tomatoes with audiences. So I think that this could be a sign that maybe the quality of the movies that are coming from Netflix are gonna be a tiny bit better, at least a tiny bit better. You know, we want that improvement. We know that they can make really great series. Let's see if they can make good movies going forward. And if you think the same as I do, or if you think differently than I do, go down in the comments down below and tell me what you think. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when new videos go live on this channel. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.
Scrolling through YouTube, same old routine, then bam, movie savant, what a scene. Trivia bombshells dropping knowledge like rain. Forget the dishes, gotta watch it again. Movie buffs unite, savants to place. Subscribe and hit the bell, don't leave a trace. Next level knowledge keeps you in the loop. Savants got the scoop, ain't nothing to recoup.